By the way, I'm from Africa, Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. And, you know, we went to the radio station and I started building that confidence on playing on air. Why people are not seeing you, but you know what you're doing.
Welcome to another episode of We Create the Vibes podcast, where we go find some of the dopest DJs out there creating vibes everywhere they go. Today's guest, I have the 2019's Best African DJ nominee, DJ Mekzy. What's going on, brother? How's everything, man? How you feeling?
I'm okay, and you? How's it going out there?
Man, I'm doing good, brother. I can't complain, man. You know, I'm talking to one of the greatest out there, so, man, life is good, man.
Always, bro. Always. We keep it 100 positively.
Absolutely, man. I see you on the IG, man. Always keep it in 100, man. I love that, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Man, so talk to me about the journey, man. I mean, I feel like you are, you're the heartbeat when it comes to DJs and Afro beats. When I see you online, I mean, you are the guy to follow and look at. But talk to me about, how did you get introduced to music, DJing? Talk to me about your musical background.
Okay. First, I just would thank you for giving me this platform. You know, so many of us are out there that really had so much to talk about when it comes to music background, genre of music, how Afrobeat was created, and you know, the relationship with the artists and all that. Like, it is something like we actually grew up with. I grew up around so many of the A-list hip hop artists, and even with some of the A-list Afrobeat artists, sorry about that, and some of the hip hop artists too. So back in the days, I've been DJing for about 23 years now. I started DJing when I was about 14, 15 years.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I used to go to a studio where I was noticed and being seen as a church rat. That's what we call it back then. Yeah. Yeah. So we call it church rat. So in the studio, we call it studio rat. Studio rat is like you run errands for most
intern.
Exactly, like everybody in the studio, you know. So I was doing my thing. I like being very, very creative. I know what creativity is when I see it. I know how it sounds like. And, you know, digging into it, I started linking up with some good DJs. I mean, back then, you know, when vinyls are still involved. Yeah, there was nothing like laptop. There was nothing like everything about digital. That's it. That's it.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah. So everything was still back in the oldies. So when you go to gigs, you have like an elephant bag of records to make sure you stack them in a way where you can go and play your gig. So I remember my first ever gig was a carnival.
Okay.
Where I was in a hot seat. And, you know, I couldn't even flip music. To me, it was like a baptism of fire, because everybody heard that I was DJing, and you know, they wanted to see what this little boy can come up with. I was little then. I was very, very little. And I remember the song I played then was Jamboree by Naughty by Nature. So instead of me playing where the vocals are, I flipped through where the instrumentals is, and I played it.
Okay.
And today it sounded like something different. Like, yo, so these songs have instrumental. So that was where I started. And, you know, I was sweating. It was outside. It wasn't hot. It was a December period where it was winter period, but I was sweating because I was just trying to get, you know, clips of people so that they can encourage me and like what I was doing. So then I make music in my studio. I don't know if you can see, this is my studio where I play the keys.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm all around music. I play the keys, I play drums, I play bass guitar. Though drums is kind of like my major. So that took me into, you know, looking for somebody who can help me build my creativity in DJing. So I looked up a friend, like a senior colleague right now in the industry, and I met with him, and we started going to the radio station.
Yeah.
And he took me to the radio station, one of the biggest radio stations in Nigeria. By the way, I'm from Africa and Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. And we went to the radio station, and I started building that confidence on playing on air. Why people are not seeing you, but you know what you're doing. So this was about like 2008, 2009. And with that, he was a little bit famous. He was known in the industry. So all this time, I'm telling you, there was no Wizkid, there was no Davido, there was nobody. It was just the OGs, like Two Face and the rest of them.
Okay.
I don't even know if just I don't even know.
Yeah, it's very early. Very early beginnings. Okay.
Early, yeah, very early. So we started doing our thing, and all of a sudden there was a club in Lagos. It was called the Coco Lounge in Lagos. So this club was owned by some guys, but what they did was to bring, I don't know if you heard about the band.
Yes, the band, yes, man.
Yeah.
My woman, come on.
Exactly. That's it.
Everything. Come on, man. I'm Nigerian too, Igbo.
Okay. So what they did was to invite the band to be a partly owner of the club, Coco Lounge.
Okay.
This was about 2008-9, thereabout. So I was the resident DJ. I was the official DJ of the club. So then the journey started. Coco Lounge back in the days was like the RCA Records owners. It was like the it was one of the, like, say it's one of the biggest club, like a record label, one of the biggest record labels. Those who were involved are like the more hits back then. The more hits were like Don Jazzy, Wandeko, The Bench, Ikechukwu, and all and all and all. So everybody wanted to link up with the Mohit because the Mohit were the first set of Nigerian artists who got involved into crossing into America. To me, the band was the first Nigerian artist who had a remix with Snoop Dogg. So because of that, everybody felt like, oh, wow, man, if we need to get to these guys, it could be like a plus for us to, get noticed in the industry. Now, in every club, DJ is very, very important. In every life of an artist, DJ is also important. So they felt like, okay, since we know the club and we have to get to the club, why don't we get through the DJ? Let's hook up with the DJ. Let's make him play our music so that the band or Don Jazzy or the club owners can, hear it, and they can, give us maybe like a contract or give us like a record label or even give us like a collaboration, something like that. So then everybody was coming to me, and trust me, there was a lot of artists gone already that we didn't even know. They were the forefathers of Afrobeat.
Can you give me you name me some of them artists?
Okay, maybe like let me see, like Two Face.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Face alone, like let me look for another person close. Ice Prince, you know Ice Prince?
Yes, Ice Prince, yep.
Okay. Let me look for somebody who is close again.
Kiss Daniel or
no Kiss Daniel. There was no Kiss Daniel then. There was
not even then. Okay.
There was I'm trying to remember the name of this dude.
No.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of them. There were so many of them. Like I can't even remember their names right now. But they were the people who engineered Afrobeat.
Okay.
After the fact that people like Fela, people like King Sunny Ade, people like Pasuma Wonder, they already knew Afrobeat, but they call it Afro Juju. They don't call it Afrobeat. They call it Afro Juju. So Afro Juju is basically like the traditional pattern of Afrobeat. Okay. So those ones were the Dickens. Let me use the word Dickens. They were the forefathers of Afrobeat. So they created it, and when the time came, people like the band and the rest of them made it like Afrobeat. So they brought it into the industry and they recreated the pattern of those music and they made it what we have today. So back then there was no Wizkid and there was no Davido. There was, just mention them. Nobody knew about them. Nobody. Wizkid. When I started DJ, Wizkid was probably about like 11 years old or like 10 years old. Yeah, because after then I started working with Wizkid. I DJed for Wizkid for about 6 years.
How was that experience, man?
Man, trust me, it was
like, what did you learn? You know, being around Wizkid, the whole Starboy. Was he even Starboy at that time?
Yeah, I could tell you it was the best experience I ever had.
Okay.
Being a DJ, because the industry had so many DJs, and it is a honor for you to be picked among the DJs to say, okay, you know what, come DJ for me. Every DJ wanted that part of their life to be seen. So 2014, it was April 2014, and after, I knew Wizkid quite all right, because then when he comes to Coco Lounge, the club I told you about,
yes,
he's been thrown out. They don't let him.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he was so little. He was so small.
Oh.
And Coco Lounge is 18 and above. He wasn't 18 then. So every time he comes in, he'll be like, yo, bro, I'm outside. Can you get me in? I'm like, sure. I'll go outside and talk to the bouncers, to the security guys, like, yo, this is my friend. Please let him in. He comes in, then he rolls with Wandiko. He rolls with the Prince. The Prince is the person who signed Rema right now.
Okay.
So the Prince is probably like Don Jazzy's nephew.
Okay. So he knows the sounds.
He knows the sound. At first, he was an artist too. He was an artist. So, but he decided to keep that to the side, and he brought in Rema to the scene. So back in the days, Wizkid goes with the Mohit. Let me just say the Mohit.
Okay.
So if he doesn't come with them, he comes alone just to come to you. They don't let him in. So that was where we created that relationship. So by the time he went out of EME, he decided to form his own record label. He remembered me. He was like, oh, I used to know a DJ. And by the time he wanted to kickstart his journey in the music, in his career or whatever, he called me in. I was like, bro, can you work with me? I'm like, yeah. That was it. That was April 2014. And our first show was in Liberia. We went to Liberia 2014.
Ooh, very dope.
It was at a stadium. It was big, huge.
That your first time DJing at a stadium?
That was my first time traveling out of Nigeria. No, that was my third time traveling, because I DJed for Tiwa Savage for 2 years. Oh, wow. So Tiwa took me to Ghana. That was the first time I ever went to Ghana. And that was the first time I ever left Nigeria to another country.
Wow.
So me and Wizkid started the journey. I mean, I've been to about 35 countries, plus African countries and, otherwise. So that was how the journey started. And since then, we've been working until I came down to the US, just to set up my family.
Okay.
And that was it.
So speaking of DJing internationally, I mean, give me the do's and don'ts, man. What should a DJ not do when he's out there DJing internationally, touring with another artist? Tell me, talk to me.
No, you shouldn't take requests from any other person when you have your artist on the stage. That's one thing people should know. When you're DJing for an artist, you are there to do your thing with the artist. After the stage performance, you can do whatever thing you want to do. Your eye should always be on the artist. Because one, there's always the synergy. If the energy doesn't correspond with your artist and yourself, there's going to be so much confusion on the stage. People might not notice it, but if it's somebody like back in the days when I go out, like I remember the time we went to South Africa, me and Wiz and some other guys, and we started with a song. We started with one of his. It was I can't remember the song right now, but I noticed he was like, he was like trying to talk to me, but I could read his lips when he said I should just switch the song.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but nobody knew he
That
was
connection though. Y'all had that
exactly.
connection.
The
Okay.
connection needed to be there. So I quickly, switched the song, and you could see how he went back to the stage and like, yeah, we got it, and he went back. So working with an artist is something you would definitely want to like focus on the artist on stage. That's number one. Number two, you don't have to play your own. You don't have to hype yourself when you're on stage. Like, for instance, if you're introducing the artist, that's fine. You can hype yourself. Yo, it's DJ Mekzy and Wizkid. Starboy thing, we're doing our thing. You can do that. But while the artist is performing, you don't have to do that. And these are the things I see most times when artists are working with DJs. That thing alone makes it look like, yo, it's my stage. It is not your performance. It is my performance. Just let me do my thing. After I'm done with my stuff, if they give you time to do yours, just do your stuff. Don't get me wrong. You can sell yourself, but sell yourself in a very, very professional way. Number two. Number three, don't get high on the stage.
Very important. Very important.
Do not get high on the stage. You could actually do whatever you're doing. One, for your own professionalism, for your own good, because it could kick you off. I don't smoke. I don't do weed. I drink socially.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is me. So there's a lot of them, but I mean, like with those three alone, that should keep you in a level of, a very good standard.
Yeah, you named three major, like three major, because I've seen it myself, and man, I've seen DJs either drunk or either they were high or whatever drug they were doing, and you'll play the wrong record, and the artist is going crazy, and you actually see the bad interaction.
Exactly.
Ooh, it's not a place you want to be at, DJs.
Yeah, there's always a playlist. As a DJ, you make the playlist for the artist.
Right.
The artist tells you, yo, Mekzy, what do you think we're doing today? Okay, you know what? Let's do show you the money. Let's do In My Bed. Let's do Soko. Let's do. Now, he's going to tell you how to stage the music. This is the first track. This is the second track. So once you get high, your laptop might be flipping a little bit because you're not seeing what you're
right. Your mind's all over the place.
Exactly.
You're scattered.
So you could mess everything up. You could just mess everything up because most times artists don't give the best in the beginning. They give the best in the end.
Yes.
So that is it.
Oh, so true, man. And I want to congratulate you on this because this is big. The first African DJ to enter for a DMC World Championship. So big congratulations. I got to give you your flowers, man. Salute.
Thank you so much.
Got to, my brother. That's huge, man. That's
Thank
huge.
You so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. So talk to me, man. How do you prepare for, a world championship, a DMC World Championship at that? What do your DJ sets look like, man? How's the practice?
Okay, so when it comes to battles, we call it DJ battling. It doesn't matter what championship, street battling, or whatever it is. It depends on the routine. If you have like a 6 minutes routine, you have to prepare according to your skills. First, you have to put the best first and save your weakness for the last. Because at first, people really want to see what you're in for. So you start up with, like, for me, I have to like start with my best because I want to draw the attention of the judges.
Okay.
By the time they don't know you, by the time you start with your weak side, they will get tired of your routine. By the time you go 1 to 3 minutes, they already feel like, oh, probably we don't even know if the next thing is going to do is going to be okay. So once you start with the heat, make it do your normal transformation, do your normal crab scratch, do everything you can do at that point. Then you do a little bit of mixing. So by the time you do mixing, you can do big juggling. If you do big juggling, you can do some speed work. So these are like, it's different. Sometimes I tell people, scratching is not what you see as scratching. So many DJs say, oh, he's scratching. Meanwhile, he's big juggling. So it's different. So you should, as a DJ who has been preparing for a battle, you should know the differences between scratching, between transformation, in fact, the scratch has different scratch. The methods are different. there's a crab scratch, there's a chip flare, there's a flare, there's a stab. It's like it's a lot. So if you're preparing yourself, you are supposed to like prepare yourself in between those method of scratch pattern or this method of mixing pattern. So many DJs don't really know how to scratch, but they can mix anything. They are very good at mixing. So if you know where your energy is, if you know where you can, get the attention of the judges from, start from there. Then you build it up. So you can as well save your best, but not really your best. You can as well save something for the last, but not really your best.
I like that, man. Start with your strengths. I really like that, man. That's how it should be with everything, man.
That's it. You have to put in the energy. It was DMC was 6 minutes. So first you have to like, do the pre-recording of your set and submit. Once you're being approved, then you go into for 6 minutes. So in my group then we were about like 15, 16 of us. And by the time I noticed I was in the top 10, that was where my energy came off. I'm like, wow, this is good. Yeah. It was a very good experience.
Man, very dope, man. What's the biggest lesson you learned from DJing, man, and being in the DJ industry?
Man, biggest lesson I learned is that you should always make a playlist for every event.
Major key.
Every event requires a different playlist. If somebody tells you, oh, I'm having a cocktail event, I mean, you can't go to a cocktail event and be playing maybe like Chris Brown. Yeah. No, that's a cocktail event. So you should always, in every event, somebody tells you, this is what I want, this is the kind of event I'm doing. You should always create a playlist. It goes a long way. It goes a long way.
Absolutely, man. If you're enjoying the content you're watching right now, and you want to learn how to level up at all your events and create vibes, well, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. Multi-talented DJ and producer. Give me some tips for DJs, especially beginner DJs who want to get into production. They want to learn. They want to elevate their DJ game. They feeling that, and I do feel that production will help you elevate in DJing. So give us some tips, man.
Yeah. So DJing and producing is different. It's two different things. So DJing is you dealing with the made sound, the finished product of the producer. That is DJing. You are making do with what the producer is giving to you. Now, production is you creating different vibes for melodies. So, like, if you want to be a very good DJ, first thing you should do is learn how to mix two records together. Number one. Number two, you should know the tempo, the beat per minute, BPM of the music you're dealing with. Sound is one thing you should be familiar with. If you know that this music goes with this melody, you should know quite all right that it wouldn't fit in with an up-tempo kind of music. Listening to a music like so, listening to this kind of music, you should know quite all right the kind of music that can go with it.
Right.
That can help you even when you go out to DJ without your headphones. So first, you should know how to mix two records together to start with. Don't even try to do anything about scratching or beat juggling. First, know how to do the mixing. Number two, know how to adjust your pitch. Pitch blending. Very, very key. Then with those two, every other thing will fall in place. The same thing with production. As somebody who wants to start producing, first of all, you should know reading. You should know about tones. Like, this is the kind of tone that can fit in. Number three, you should know about kicks. This beat I'm trying to make, I don't want the kick to be too heavy. I want it too light. I don't want it to be too harsh. I want it so your ear is working for you as a producer. At the same time, your ear is working for you as a DJ. But you know, these days we have the laptop already. By the time you're looking at the wave already, you're knowing quite already, like, okay, this wave is not good. This wave is good. This wave can mix with this one, fine. But in production, it's a lot. You should be able to gather your tones, like look for where you can buy, you know, good tones, or probably look for where you can get, like, you know, pick up some tools that can really help you to start off with. Then, you know, everything falls in place. It's not necessary for you to know how to play the keys. The keys are not really essential for producing. You might not really know how to play the keys or something that has to do with music. But with those few ones, trust me, you're good to go.
Love what you said, man. And big takeaway. You said DJs, man, DJs should know, they should know about sound, man. And that's important. But how come so many DJs don't? Like, you'll see DJs, you know, they'll be riding the music up in the red, it's distorted. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, it's like,
so many of them out there. So many of them out there.
And that's like, I feel like that's so important. I mean, even as far as like speaker placement and making sure that your speakers are spread apart so that when you're on that wireless microphone, you're not getting the ridiculous feedback.
Right. You should know when your volume is picking up on red. You should know when, yeah, so those things are very essential. You should know those things as a DJ. You should know how to adjust your sound so that by the time you are giving to the final consumers, you know, they don't see it as noise. They don't hear noise. They hear the music.
Absolutely, man. So, man, congratulations on your YouTube, man.
Over
1,000 subs. Very huge. I love it. I love to see DJs out there strive, not just you know, DJing on sites, but also killing it online with the social media presence. I love it, man.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, man.
Man, so tell me, how does a DJ run a successful YouTube channel? Like, what are some of your strategies? Like, what should a DJ be doing that you're doing on YouTube?
Okay, so I started YouTube. I started creating my mix and submitting to YouTube in 2017.
Okay.
So by that time, when I put my music on YouTube, there's so much claims on it.
Okay.
Claims, there's so much strikes on it, and you know, YouTube will ask me to take it down. So I noticed that it takes so much hard work, because so many music are being owned by record labels. And if you don't have the approval from record labels to put your music on YouTube, you might not have it good with YouTube. But there are so many music out there who, there's so many artists out there who just put their music on YouTube that, you know, they don't have record labels, but they just want to be heard. So those are the kind of music I started up with. I started searching for those music. I started putting it together. I started with like 15, 20. I put it on YouTube. There's no strike. I said, okay, fine, this works. So I take it down. I put up another 15 or 20. There's no strike on it. So I merge the two together. It becomes about like 30 music that goes about like 1 hour. Then I submit it. Then I had no strike. Then you should always get the link and push your link by yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody had that time to, like, you know, be pushing it, except probably you have so much huge fans, you know, that they can help you push. By the time you submit your music to YouTube, get the link, send it to your friends, send it to your folks, send it to your family, like, yo, give it out, give it a push. That way people can, you know, go to like watch, play it on YouTube, then you start building up your watch hours. That's the only way you can build up your watch hour. So by the time you do that, you can, you know, get close to like 1,000 subscribers. When you get like 1,000 subscribers, then YouTube can give you the first tick. The second tick is like you have no claim on it. There's no strike on it. The third tick is there's no community, whatever. You were good with, you know, putting your music out without no foul language, without no curse words and it. Then the fourth one is the big one, which is the 4,000 watch hour. By the time you get to 4,000 watch hour, then you can monetize your music on YouTube and start making money.
Man, nice, man. I mean, you laid it out for us, man. So you gotta
So,
tell me, man. Give me some facts, some unknown facts about Afro beats. You know, some facts that some people may not know. Like,
okay, so um, I don't think people really know that Afrobeat was really originated from Ghana.
I, I didn't even know that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So Ghanaians were the first people they were the first set of country who we had Afrobeat from. So this is Nigerians for you. Nigeria will definitely take anything from you and make it theirs. But when we come out, we'll do it better.
That is the same.
That's the point. So we took Afrobeat and we made it to become what it is today. And again, there's a lot fact about Afrobeat. It is not just by the sound. It's by the how do I put it now? The instrumentation. You can't tell me you're doing Afrobeat and your Afrobeat is sounding like a hip hop.
Yeah.
you have to make it like, Afrobeat has that kind of like Afrobeat vibes on it. The sound. Yes.
All right. DJ Mekzy, are you ready to play a game called This or That?
Sure, bring it on.
All right, man. It's very simple. I'm gonna give you two options. It's either this or it's either that. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's get it. DJ for Wizkid or DJ for T.Y. Savage?
DJ for Wizkid.
Okay. DJing or producing?
DJ.
Okay. Now, why DJing over producing, man?
Yeah, I mean, DJing is you're talking one-on-one with your clients. So that way you can bargain for yourself. You can make the bargains yourself. But production has to go 2 or 3 different steps. One, you have to make the music. You have to look for the artist to jump on it. You have to talk to the artist, record label. You have to share your income with the artist, 50-50, 70-30, 70-20. But all that DJs don't do it. Just give me my money. Let me do my.
Yeah, I can feel that, man. Yeah. All right, DJing in the UK or DJing in Africa?
DJing in Africa.
I know that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
DJing for a celebrity or DJing a high-profile wedding?
DJing a high-profile wedding.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, man. DJ Mekzy, that was this or that, man. Man, she wasn't that bad, man.
He wasn't.
But you live in Houston now, man. How important is it for you to stay connected to Nigeria, the culture, Afro beats, the music? I mean, how important is it for you?
Very, very important. And I have to give a big shout out to my fans who followed me all the way from Africa, stayed with me on my social media, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. And these are the people who actually, keep me going. Africa it's easy to conquer Africa. So if you have it in your palm, just keep it to yourself and keep doing it. But that way they could help you get across Africa. They could help you get across to other side of the continent. But you have to start from the motherland. You have to start from the root. By the time you build yourself, you build your farm base from Africa, everything will fall in place.
Nice, man. So what's next for you, man? What do you have in store?
Well, man, I have a lot in stock. This year, I'm trying to drop an EP. I am producing a four-track EP that will be dropping in April. And I'm really working so hard. YouTube just gave me an opportunity to make some money. Now I need to drop YouTube videos every 2 or 3 times in a week. So I need to flood my YouTube page with mixes, video mixes. So those are the things I have in place. Then, I have a tour coming up in in France. Not really a tour. I have a gig coming up in France that I'm really, really trying to finalize with that. Then December this year, I'm going to be in Africa. I'm going to be in Cyprus, from Cyprus to Africa. Then, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot.
I love to hear it, man. It's always good to hear a DJ working out there, man, and grinding and getting to it, man. There's so much out there to get to it, man.
There's so much. There's so much out there. There's so much.
Yes, man. So how can people get in contact with you, man? They want to book you. They got a wedding coming up. They need the dopest DJ out there. How can they get in contact with you?
I'm not rigid with my number. I send my numbers out. You can reach me on 832-398-5703. Only for business.
Y'all hear that? Business.
You can link up with me on IG, on Instagram at DJ Mekzy, DJMekzy. Or you can hit me up on Twitter, same, at DJ Mekzy. You can go to my YouTube, same, DJ Mekzy. You can hit me up on Facebook, same, at DJ Mekzy. Or you can just shoot me an email at djmekzy@gmail.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all hear it. That was another episode of We Create the Vibes podcast. Today's special guest, again, ladies and gentlemen, 2019's Best African DJ nominee, DJ Mekzy, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Make sure y'all stay in tune with him. He has a lot of things going on this year. Y'all need to stay in tune. My brother, man, I appreciate you, man. It's a pleasure to speak to another fellow Nigerian out there killing the game, crushing it. I love that, man.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Let's do this again.
Oh, anytime, absolutely, my brother.
Yeah, if you have anything you want to talk about, the artists, you want to talk about the lifestyle, just hit me up and let me know. We'll do it again.